Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Management e-Learning. Today in this video section we will try to learn about the meaning of microeconomics as well as we will study the importance and limitations of microeconomics. Micro means a small part. Microeconomics is the branch of economics which is concerned with the analysis of the behavior of the individual economic units or variables such as an individual consumer or producer or the price of a particular commodity. In microeconomics, it is just the study of particular firms, particular household, individual price, wage, income, individual industries and particular commodities. Essentially, microeconomics is a study of a particular economic organism such as a consumer and producers. Microeconomics is a study of a particular economic quantity such as a price, wages, income and so on. In microeconomics, we observe the economy through a microscope as it were to see how the millions of cells in the economic body, that is millions of consumers, producers and so on, are act and react in the course of working of the whole economic organism. In other words, microeconomics is useful in understanding a firm's view of some very specific components of an economic system. Microeconomics basically deals with the individual decision making and the problems of resource allocation. It examines the how individual consumers and producers behave and how their behaviors interact. Microeconomics helps us in understanding how an economic process determines which goods should be produced and who will produce them. It also helps us to study how the goods will be produced and distributed in the society. Microeconomics as such examines the allocation of resources in certain situations involving individuals, groups and society as a whole, but its approach is always specific and non-aggregate. Microeconomic theory is often called as a price theory or value theory because it is primarily concerned with the determination of relative prices of different goods. The subject matter of microeconomics fundamentally covers the areas of value theory, that is the product pricing and the factor pricing, and the theory of economic welfare. Microeconomics has a great theoretical and practical significance. It explains the price determination and the allocation of resources. It also provides an understanding of the working of market mechanism in a capitalist and free enterprise economy. It has a direct relevance in business decision making. The knowledge of price theory has its own significance in practical business decision making. It is useful to a businessman in determining the price policy. It guides him in attainment of maximum productivity through optimum allocation of a given resources. Microeconomics teaches him the analysis of the cost of production and estimation of the demand for the product. Microeconomics is served as a guide for a business and a production planning. Tools of microeconomics are often useful in preparing and expanding the plan of business. It is also helpful in investment decision being taken by the firm. It serves as the basis of prediction. Microeconomic theory is useful to make conditional predictions. Demand forecasting, for instance, rests on microeconomic principles of demand. The another importance is that it teaches the art of economizing. Microeconomic principle deal with the economizing of scarce resources and show how to use them efficiently so as to gain maximum out of minimum. Microeconomic law, like the law of substitutions, shows how a consumer can maximize his satisfaction by equating the ratios of marginal utilities to the price of different goods which he buys. Likewise, there is an optimum utilization of the factors of production when their marginal products becomes unequal. The another important aspect of microeconomics is to study the determination of economic policies of the government. For instance, in determining a tax policy, the government can know the effect and incidence of a particular tax through microeconomic tools and then judge its rationality and desirability. It also provides the principle for determining the price policy for the public enterprise. Similarly, the nature of price control administered and such other policies issue can be determined on the basis of relevant microeconomic analysis. The another important factor is that the microeconomics serves as the basis for welfare economics. Microeconomics examines the subjective satisfaction that individuals derive from consuming goods and services and from enjoying the other facilities. It also suggests how to eliminate wastage and have optimization of resources so as to fetch maximum social welfare, which is the underlying goal of welfare economics. The one of the important aspect of microeconomics explains the phenomena of international trade. Microeconomic theories explains many aspects of international trade such as emergence, nature and gains of international trade and determination of exchange rate, impact of tariffs on prices and so on. Despite being a significant major branch of economic science and its immense use in explaining the economic behavior of the individual economic units, microeconomics has some limitations. First is a concept of marginalism. Microeconomic theories are based on the principle of marginalism. Marginal changes are assumed in the relevant phenomena. Marginal change refers to the addition of just a single unit. Thus, these are concepts like marginal utility, marginal cost, marginal product, marginal revenue, and so on. It thus refers to a bit by bit change in the total variation. The theories thus imply equilibrium conditions in terms of margin, such as a consumer equating marginal utility with a price for the maximization of total satisfaction, a producer equating marginal cost with a marginal revenue for maximization of profits, and so on. In practice, however, it is very difficult to realize this marginal approach. The another limitations of microeconomics is that unrealistic assumption of full employment and oversimplification. The entire microeconomics is based on the assumption of full employment, even in a short-term analysis, which is unrealistic. By assuming full employment, microeconomic theories have oversimplified the conditions of the reality. The another limitation is that microeconomics have a pure capitalist model. Microeconomic theories assume the policy and pure capitalism in their behavioristic models. Today, there is no pure capitalism, so most of the microeconomic theories have no significant relevance to practice. The last limitations of microeconomics is that incomplete explanation and misleading generalizations. Microeconomics studies specific economic units separately from the rest of the whole economy. It thus explains only a part and not the whole of a working of an economic system. Microeconomics thus does not furnish a complete explanation of the whole phenomena. Again, application of deductive method in generalization from a particular behavior is often misleading. What is the true for an individual may not be the true for the entire system. Thank you and happy learning.